Hi, welcome to our vodcast. Don't worry about the government. Woo woo! Holla! I'm
Hello,
Ronnie
everyone.
Weiss. I'm in the
I'm
Bronx.
Chris, I'm Chris Novembrino, and I'm dancing a storm up here. Woo!
Ugh.
Getting down next
Previously
year.
shirtless Chris Novembrino.
Well,
Delightfully
I put
shirted
on a
currently.
shirt for this show.
Yeah. Wearing our finest.
Yeah. Well, this is my replacements T-shirt here. See, I'm a big fan of that band. So.
Let's cut to the chase. So Ron Paul suspends his campaign. His strategy now seems to be what theoretically his strategy was anyway, which is just get delegates. Don't worry about stuff because no matter what he does, he doesn't get any more traction with actual voters. He always has the same little percentage. You think that's an accurate way to present what's going on?
No, that sounds about right. I mean, he seems to be having some success with the delegate strategy. I'm reading here on Grace Weiler's article on the Business Insider that part of the reason that they're doing this is because their spin on this is it's actually going pretty well as far as the delegate strategy. But they also said it is passionate and it's heartbreaking to have to deal with this. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like they want to stop the campaign. It does seem like the campaign's important to the delegate strategy that they're trying to employ. But it also doesn't seem essential either. I think the point's to kind of hold the Republican convention hostage, right?
So will that work? Is this strategy viable, or is this just the only thing they have left?
Boy, that's the interesting thing, right? Because if Ron Paul holds the convention hostage, even if he threatens
how
to move,
will he hold it hostage, though? Is he going to get enough delegates? Doesn't Romney just need a majority?
he needs a majority in that first round. Afterwards, a lot of the delegates are free to vote for whoever, and Ron Paul's managed to get his people as delegates. So the first round, they're obligated to vote for Romney.
But doesn't he only have like 100 delegates right now?
Yeah, I don't really see how the math works out. I think really what he's trying to do is be the party spoiler. And if he can threaten 3 or 4% from the Republicans that might go just astray, maybe they go and vote for Gary Johnson or something, they'll make some sort of concession to try to get those people to go home because they sort of need all hands on deck this election.
I don't see how this works out numerically. I don't see how having people, it's kind of just a show of strength, not anything with that strength. It just goes, look, we have a portion of the Republican Party that likes Ron Paul. And then what? Then what?
Well, if you're the Republicans, you have to respect that section of the party that likes Ron Paul because you can't win national presidential elections without that section.
Where is that section versus the Tea Partiers? Because a lot of it, I think, has to deal with get your government off of my life sort of stuff. So I feel like there's enough intersection where you don't really have to deal with two different distinct groups. It's pretty similar, no?
Yes and no. Tea Partiers, I think you can basically say it with any old tax cuts. Ron Paul people want to see real meaningful deficit reduction. They are much more skeptical, much more cynical, and less willing to sort of accept, the little cookie that the Republicans will feed them. So I don't know what you concede to the Ron Paul people without pulling the party really away from the center. Lower taxes aren't going to be enough. I don't even know how you promise lower taxes. Slashing the social welfare system's a fucking loser, and like as far as like electorally. And I also just don't see how you keep the Republican Party happy by saying we're going to move to a more isolationist/withdrawalist foreign policy. That also seems disastrous. I don't know. Basically, what I'm trying to say to you, Ronnie, is I don't know how you concede anything to the Ron Paul people that's enough to make them happy without either burning the rank and file Republicans or screwing yourself in the general.
So how much does this matter then? If they're not really going to have enough clout to affect the nomination because they're not going to have enough delegates, if there's nothing you could do anyway because it's what we've talked about multiple times, right? You don't have a home anywhere else, so your home has to be here.
Yes, but they will go and a lot of those people will go and vote Libertarian. They have the ability to sink the general election, I think. If the Ron Paul people don't go home with the Republicans and instead go to a more natural fit, which would be Gary Johnson, that's a big problem for the Republicans.
So is Gary Johnson going to have enough traction that people are actually going to notice and vote for him?
He's got enough cachet that people do know who he is. He polls all right nationally. He has locked up the Libertarian nomination. And, dude, I just don't see the Ron Paul people going home to Mitt Romney. That seems really weird. He's as antithetical to them as Barack Obama is.
Unless it's Tea Party-ish and it's anybody but Obama. I mean,
the Tea Party isn't Ron Paul's base, though. Like, Ron Paul's Tea Party was in, like, the mid-2000s. This is a different – these are just the Tea Party now, as we've kind of discussed on the show in the past, is just the rank-and-file Republicans. They were always in the tank for the Republicans. The Ron Paul people aren't. They're wild cards.
All right. Anything else you want to cover quickly?
No, I think that's about it. Where can they find the show, Ronnie?
They could find us over at don'tworry.tv. We have a Facebook page where you can put up links to things you find interesting. That's at facebook.com/DWATG. You can also use the DWATG-a-phone, which has a theme song. What's the quick version?
38624 DWATG.
You can email us contact@don'tworry.tv. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you there.
Cheers.
Toodles.
Bye.